I figured I'd show you guys some Warframe. It's a game that I really enjoy playing. We're just going to run a couple simple missions, probably do survival or maybe a defense mission, but I figured maybe give us a chance to get started. Warframe is a fantastic game if you guys haven't played it. It's available on the PlayStation, the Xbox, and computer. So it's free to play. It can cost quite a bit though, so yeah, it's freemium. So this stuff you can buy. All right, and why not? We'll do Apollodorus. X-Man Beastie. All right then, and Jesse Vandal. And Surfside Chimp, like it said.
Distract the infested while a lone Tenno operative hunts for supplies.
Alright, now I have been playing this game for a while, so it's not like this is a new playthrough. Just something I enjoy playing, so. This will not be all the content that's on my channel either, so, if this doesn't particularly interest you guys, check back. There will be other games.
The emergency life support I am delivering is your only chance for survival. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Ooh, that's not what I
For
wanted.
personal life support modules dropped by fallen enemies.
I am currently playing as Equinox, which has two different forms. It has the male form and the female form. The male form has Mend and Maim, which is the ability that I'm running right now. It's why all the enemies are dropping dead before I can get to them. It does typically make it easier to do survivals and defenses, especially these lower level ones like Apollodorus or Tessera for the defense. Just makes it easier to be able to survive for the first couple of minutes. Usually about 15 minutes or so is when the enemies start being able to resist it for a little while, which is when things start to get a little more fun. And I'm not sure what that is, so I'm going to go pick it up.
Additional life support has arrived.
Ah, it's an Atayan star. Nice. On most missions on the game, you can play with up to 4 people. You can either join up with your friends, or you can run on public and get selected up with some randoms, like I currently am. And unfortunately, the skill level of some of the people that you play with varies pretty badly. So. um, You always try to get paired up with some better people.
Tenno, prepare for life
Guys
support.
said something. I'm not seeing a wait. In survival missions, the countdown timer or count up timer you see over there in the life support system, those little things I'm picking up there are actually giving more air to our team. And if your air runs out, you have only a couple of you got a little bit of time to try to make it to the exit before that really becomes an issue. But survival is a race against time where you have to keep trying to you have to kill enough enemies to either have them drop support or find support like the one I just picked up there. And in defense, it's entirely different where you're trying to survive waves of enemies coming rushing at you.
Life support on the way.
Yeah, sorry, this isn't exactly the most exciting thing to sit there and watch right now. Like I said, here in a couple more minutes, it'll actually pick up quite a bit. Actually, I'm about to run out of that power, so... Now, these are infested. There's a couple different factions in the game that you can go up against.
Extraction is ready.
There's the Infested, the Grenier, and Corpus. Each one has different special bosses and things like that. The Infested kind of takes a little bit from everyone. There's also the Orokin, but they're more Corpus than really anything else. They're like modified golden Corpus.
Life support incoming.
Apollodorus, several updates ago, was actually a Grenier. It's a Grenier ship that we're in here. It's just infested by infestation. And, yeah, fucking sound like a genius there. When the Grenier were controlling it, it was obviously you were fighting Grenier people instead of the infested. The ship changes depending on when you load in. The levels are, I think, put together randomly, so it's never the same exact area that you're going down. This is one of a couple different endings to it. This is not what me and my friends call the good exit. The good exit is significantly more defendable than this one, so it allows you, once the enemies do start breaking through your defenses and making it a little harder on you, it makes it where you can actually survive usually about another 10 minutes or so before you have to leave. You can do better depending on the skill of the people that you're playing with, obviously. And I am by no means trying to say that I'm an uber skilled player or anything like that. In fact, as you guys will learn as I play more games here on my channel, I play good games poorly. I'm an average player at best.
Additional life support has arrived.
these things are still dropping dead before we can get to them, so we might have to turn that off for another minute. Essentially, in Warframe, you are a cybernetic super ninja. And you start off... I don't want to ruin too much. The game's a lot of fun as far as that goes. Although it is really annoying the first couple of missions because one of the Grenier bosses keeps appearing up, taking over about 90% of your screen, and he talks to you randomly. It's just an annoying little thing that they put in. It takes just a little, like 3 or 4 missions before you have to go kill him, and then that's no longer an issue. The rest of the game is way better once you get past that guy.
Life support on the way.
Pretty sure it's just the first 2 missions you can't play with anyone, and after that you can team up and have people help you or help other people for the entirety of the rest of the game. The different auras that are glowing around some of the enemies definitely shows the type of enemy that they are. Like the green ones there, I think they poison the air. If they leave a green mist, then if you stay in it too long, it'll actually start bringing your health down even through your shields.
Tenno operative just found. They could not do this
Whoopee, 15 Indo. In survival missions, every 5 minutes you'll be rewarded some additional perk for staying in an additional 5 minutes. You can't leave the match until at least 5 minutes has gone up, and then after that you can leave at any time as long as your party or at least 2 members of your party goes to the exit. With defense missions, it's a little different because you can every 5 waves of enemies you have a chance to leave, and any one person can leave that versus dragging the entire team out. I do wish they would make it where, even when you're playing with a team on here, that you could leave the survival missions without having to have the entire team have to leave the map. Because sometimes one person has to go, or they have something that they got to go take care of, and obviously dragging everyone out of a map, especially if they're doing well, is not exactly a thing that you want to do too often. Here we go, somebody is actually watching live. At the beginning of the game, you could choose between one of 3 different warframes, and then you get to run through the little setup where you get to choose your primary weapon, which is either a gun or a bow, your sidearm, which is a crappy handgun. I would not suggest picking up the Leto, and throwing knives. You definitely want the throwing knives. And then the final is your first melee weapon, which is either a sword or a staff. This is Equinox, KS price 45. This is actually the male form of Equinox. I'm going to turn that off. See, he actually has 2 forms, the female form or the knight form, which is this one. heals your teammates and helps out. I prefer the male form because his special ability does way more damage. And actually, let me turn this back on so that I'm actually doing increased damage. Good, somebody got the Jesse before I did. Makes me want to start yelling out Breaking Bad and seeing him go down. Jesse! Hopefully he has better luck than poor Jesse did on Breaking Bad, though. It is kind of neat seeing the comments on YouTube showing up there while you're playing. I'm the one who knocks. No, I'm definitely not the danger. I am not Walt. But that is hilarious. Actually, after this broadcast ends, if anyone is watching, you might want to go check out a little animated video that somebody put out. It was making fun of Frozen. Do you want to build a snowman? And somebody redid it with Breaking Bad. It's do you want to build a meth lab? That is a hilarious video. Walt keeps knocking on Jesse's door. Hey, there we go. Bunch of enemies.
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
If you have any type of a dark sense of humor or anything like that, you can always check out. What was it? It's from Paint. I know the YouTuber on that one, and it's Disney Princesses Unhappily Ever After or something along those lines. Where he sings several different. He's got 2 of them out of the Disney princesses, and has like after the movie ends, their entire world just like came crashing down. It's well worth watching. And as you can see now on the screen, it says that get to the objective. People are waiting for you. That means that the team has decided that it's time to end this mission. Alright, my companion that I had with me leveled up completely. $466 total kills. Alright, well, let's leave that team for now. And since we are only got about 10 minutes left for what this broadcast was going to be, we'll do since I was telling you guys about the difference between the defense and that, we'll do a defense mission. I should be able to get pretty far because it's a low-level defense. Obviously, the ship that's flying around and moving right now is the one that is mine. There's different ships you can get in the game, which is pretty cool. Why are we going down? Gotta love some players. The Tessera map is also one that changes every time you come to it. It's one of like 3 different locations. This is not the best location, but this one is fine. Essentially, what you're trying to do is stop the Corpus from destroying a Warframe pod, a cryopod. Where it's essentially how you started the game, and like one was discovered, but they're always out in the open, so I'm not sure how it was hidden. And you have wave after wave of enemy trying to come to destroy it because they don't want any more Warframes. And the object is to defend it for as long as you can. After 5 waves, just like on Survival with 5 minutes, you have the opportunity to leave, and then you can leave at any time during any one of the 5 waves. Wave cleared. Now, I don't know if you guys are paying attention. I actually went to a different planet to be able to come here. This is Tessera, which is a Corpus-controlled area. They are more... they like robots, and they're more human-ish. That was a Frost. Frost Prime. There are prime variants of a lot of the Warframes. There are not prime variants of all the Warframes yet. The primes are typically just a little stronger and have slightly better base stats. And I cannot wait for them to make the prime of my character here, Equinox. We're already on wave 5. So after this wave, you guys will see it'll bring up a menu option giving me the opportunity to leave. Now, when you're running around and you pick up something that like that was a mod, which is how you increase your weapons effectiveness or Warframe strength, speed. Pretty much just about everything can be modded by putting those into slots on your Warframe.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Now, there's quite a few different characters you can choose to play as in Warframe, different Warframes. Again, this one is Equinox, but there's all kinds of different ones that play different ways. Rhino, for example, is one that's more up close and personal. His skills, one of them is Iron Skin, which makes him temporarily invulnerable to damage, which is useful in some situations. When I go to higher level areas, the enemies will not die this quickly. KS Press 45, who is an all-out power person? Rhino is more, he's not an all-out power, he's more of a up close and personal, he's a tank for any type of game that's similar to this. That's the type that he would be considered. He takes a brunt of the damage and he deals a lot of damage. His fourth ability is like a Rhino Charge, and if there's it's especially good for clearing out hallways and that kind of stuff. If there's a group of enemies, he can actually Rhino Charge through them and just deal all kinds of damage. The enemies died and fell out of the ship before it even got here. Now, that number up there that just now was hit 38.1k, that is the amount of damage that whenever I turn my special ability off, it will do to the entire area that I affect. So if there's a particular strong enemy that isn't going down, whenever I turn off my ability, it's like it throws out a concussion wave that just deals massive damage to anybody within it. It does not hurt your own teammates though, so feel free to activate your powers at willy-nilly. There is areas of this game that are PvP. And in guilds and stuff, you can. There's actually little dueling rooms that you can go into and challenge one player to a friendly match. Reaping Spiral. I'm going to run out of energy again. Now, whenever you're starting this game, it's a better idea to stick around over here next to this. Now we have a Nidus. This is the infection that he's actually using. He's a Warframe that utilizes the infection. And my buddy Mike is now online. Alright, we got about a minute of broadcast left, and I'm on the wave 10. Alright guys, since I'm not sure exactly what happens, I set it for 30 minutes. If it does end, please like and subscribe for more daily content. I will be trying to make sure to play something every day. As I said at the beginning of this, it will not always be Warframe, and some days I will probably post more than just one video. But for now, Oh, it's actually not ending yet. Cool.
Extraction is ready.
So,
Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
thanks for watching. Bye.